Steve, oh my gosh. Okay, before I get started, I always know when it's tax time.
Oh,
Do you know
I
why?
do.
Not
Why?
because of the CPAs, not because of taxes, but there's certain people that come out of the woodworks that are just total scam artists. It's like you can be your own business. All you have to do is pay three easy payments in 9 minutes, or whatever, right? So I thought we should talk about it this week on Tea and Coffee Hub. So everyone, welcome to Tea and Coffee Hub. My name is Karen, and this is Steve. We're your co-host. And I think we need to talk about this because this is something we come across a lot. Is your business idea actually a business idea? Or is it a fantasy? Because I've seen so many people have this fantasy that, and then they put thousands and thousands into it, and they're upset because they wasted all their savings, they wasted their retirement,
Right.
and some of the ideas are absolutely insane.
Yes.
But on the flip side, I have seen absolutely insane ideas become the biggest success story. Pool noodles. What's your favorite? Sharks in a tornado? Like,
Yeah.
so
Stupid
how do we
ideas that
know?
have come across because they threw something at the wall that stuck, but they had a plan behind it. They did a little research.
Bingo.
And most of these people, when we hear the crazy ideas, because God knows I've heard enough teaching that ABCs of starting a business workshop for a decade. People come up with the craziest ideas, and my co-presenter and I, we would just like look at each other like, that would never fly in a million years because they don't know that there's like regulations, there's all these things involved, and they are just like thinking it's the greatest thing since the light bulb.
Yeah. Or the other thing is they see someone who's been very, very successful at it, and this person's never spoken about how they got to be successful at
Right.
it. And they see this person as an idiot, a moron, and if they can do it, well, I can do it too. But and I'll be honest, I've seen some CEOs, I've met some CEOs that having a conversation with them, you're like, how does this person put their shoes on in the morning?
Right.
But the minute they get into their business, it's like, who are you and who replaced you?
Right. They're super geniuses. But a lot of,
Yeah,
I call it the iceberg theory, because
yeah.
people only see what's above the water, that little teeny tip. They don't
Mm-hmm.
realize that person is probably their eighth or ninth failed attempt that they failed all this time to perfect the winner. And that they've been
Mm-hmm.
doing it for 10 plus years and learning and gaining this knowledge and finally have a viable product. They don't see all that. They don't talk about all that.
Yeah. And I think the other piece of this is, and this is something that isn't talked about, these people that fail 10 times and then end up on the win. What people aren't real, they're not, well, yeah, he's failed businesses and no, now he's finally got one. They failed it, but what didn't work?
Right.
What do I not need to do again? What do I need to do more of? How can they actually problem solve the failure before they move to the next one?
Exactly. They were learning. Fail
Mhm.
fast. I mean, Einstein, what, 10,000 times before he got the light bulb right? So he knows 9,999 ways not to build a light bulb.
Edison,
Edison, yeah.
yeah, Edison, Einstein,
Einstein, I'm sure had quite a few failures too.
they all do.
They all did. I mean, take any of the most successful business people nowadays. They have failed time and time again, but the difference is they learned and they sought out knowledge to overcome the failure.
Mhm.
Whereas most business owners, like you were mentioning, I have an idea, go.
Yeah. So I think what our listeners need, they need to know this litmus test. They need to know how to break it down and how not to. And please don't use AI to create your litmus test because
Oh,
99% of the learning models out there will just tell you, oh my gosh, you want to build sandwich shops that spread peanut butter on sandwiches by someone's feet. That might work in some very specific markets, but it is not going
yeah.
to be a generalized audience.
Wait, they don't
And
have that yet?
your AI might tell you to put one on every main street in every city in the world, but that won't work. Very niche, very specialized.
That's true. When you're making me think about this, it's like Burger King has a theory. So they don't spend billions of dollars on finding real estate. What they do is watch McDonald's. So McDonald's does all that research. They put the billions into that research and the land and everything else. So Burger King sits back. Oh, McDonald's is going to build a location here. Guess what? Let's find a location close by.
Mhm.
Because they know McDonald's did all the work. They want
And
the
that's why you
competition.
see, that's why when you go to a crossroads with your four corners, 9 times out of 10, there's a gas station on one corner,
Yep.
and the other three corners are different fast food. I see that a lot.
And that's an example from learning from others,
Hmm.
which I am a big believer of it. Learn from others' mistakes, learn from their successes, emulate and make it yours and watch what happens. The magic.
I'm not saying that you can't learn from others or you can't do something that someone else is doing. I think your first litmus test about getting into business is got to be you have to be able to ask and answer yourself in a positive way. Is this something that I want to do and will enjoy doing? Because when you launch a business, and I see there's books out there, the 4 Hour Work Week, you know, the 12-week year. These are great, speed up books, but they're not the books for starting a business. And most people ignore that your first, I'm going to say anywhere from 3 to 12 months, depending on the business,
Yeah.
is the most time heavy component of your business.
Well, I've been preaching a long time. It's like, let's do the research and the heavy lifting up front before you put a penny in it. That'll see, is this a viable business and is this the business you want to do?
Yes.
Because it has to be your passion, your desire. If you're not
Yeah.
feeling it after doing all that research and heavy lifting, don't do it. You're going to be miserable.
And I've seen this with some people who they went into a business because that's what they were told to do. That was the journey they were told to do it. And maybe they got to some level of success, but they hated it.
Hmm.
They were miserable and they hit that wall because they couldn't stand it. They hit a wall and they couldn't get past a certain amount.
It's true.
Or they hated it so much they couldn't get past the research part and figured, oh, well, let me just jump in and try. And then it fails
Right.
because of no research. So do you love it? I think that's the first question you have to ask you.
Yeah. Is your passion there? Is it your heart, your mind? Like you are ready to give everything? Is it like, that white hot passion? If you don't have
Yeah,
that, you're going to have some
find
issues
something
down the road.
else. And I think the second litmus is what problem are you solving? Because I
Yeah.
think I've had like in the last 30 days, I'm going to say I've had at least 20 conversations where people could not tell me the problem they solve for their client.
Oh, well, I know we went
At
on
least.
a summit
Mhm.
together, and that instead of like, what do you do? We would ask different questions in different rooms, and then we compared notes. And it's like, what problem do you solve? And these are people in business that were struggling, most of them, because they couldn't answer that simple question. And then if they did, we always followed it up with something like, so who's your target market? And then all of a sudden,
Everyone.
it fell apart.
So what's the difference between a business and the problem you solve? Because I think that from my understanding, a lot of new business owners, they're like, well, I do like real estate, for example. I sell real estate. Okay, what problem do you solve? Yeah. Well, I get people into housing. That's not the problem they solve. So what is the real difference, Steve, between problem you solve and the business? What's the difference?
I'll use that realtor because
Yeah.
I've worked with many realtors. And when I hear that, I'm like, you are the exact same as hundreds and hundreds of thousands of other realtors in the world. No different. You're boring. Why should I choose you over someone else? But then all of a sudden there'd be that one realtor. Are you a golfer? Yes. I'm the guy who finds you that dream home next to the golf course that you enjoy so you can play golf all the time. And then afterwards, go home to your castle, to the place of solitude, to the place that your investment is and growing while still enjoying life at all its needs. It's like, uh, And then you have to it hits you. He sells homes on golf courses, and the guy is hugely successful because he
Yeah,
framed it in a problem. A golfer wants to golf. They don't want to do a long drive, and they want the comfort of knowing being near a golf course.
I have another friend who's a real estate agent, and she focuses on the kitchen.
Yes.
She focuses on how people cook, how you can create these meals, how you can do this, how it's laid out for that. The rest of the house, okay, that happens, but the kitchen is the main focus. And she'll go, I take people who are looking to have a house and turn it into this cozy evening where their families come together and they eat and enjoy and laugh. And she's talking about all this laughter
Mhm.
and fun around the kitchen. And by the time everyone's listening, they're like, that's all they want.
Right.
So it's not the business, it's what problem do you solve? Let's give them
So,
another example because I think real estate's easy, but a
yeah,
big one I'm
but
seeing
these
right now is in.
I want to say these realtors are solving a problem that's in the back of the head. It's not the front. They want a home. Number one problem, right? They're confused, overwhelmed, but they have something in their mind. Now, let's say I meet you as that realtor for that kitchen, but I don't cook.
Mhm.
Then I naturally it would I would block it out. I'd find someone else. Fine. But what else if I love to cook and I really need a kitchen to cook in? Oh my God, you just spoke my language. You solved all
Yeah,
my problems.
and it's not about being realistic. Like I said, people are like, well, that's easy for a real estate agent. What would you say is the toughest job to try and say that for?
For who?
What business would you say is the toughest one to do the difference between problem solve and the business you run?
Oh boy, it's throwing me on the spot, huh? Uh,
I can give you one actually, just thought of it. This is one I see a lot of people who do marketing.
oh geez, they're all the same, right? Almost.
Everyone I see is like, I can do 5 posts a week for you. They're always talking about the list,
But
not the
what
problem.
they do, not the problem of the person they're trying to solve, not the with them. There's no with them in it.
God, I love a good whiff.
Yeah, I can get you 10 to 20 appointments next week. Well, first, that's false. Yeah, I can get you 20 appointments, no problem. And it won't be anything that you want.
And this is where the bot people get you all the time. I see so many people fall for, we can get you an extra 2,000 subscribers on Instagram. Just $29. That isn't solving, that's actually creating problems.
Right. It's okay to use AI, folks. We both use AI, but we have learned it's a tool. Don't rely
Mhm.
fully on it. But like these things, what problem does my target market have? And really start focusing on that and come up with the verbiage and language for you, where your passion lies, and how it will resonate with your target market to solve their problems. But like what we started off with is hey, I'm going to get in business because I saw it on a Instagram post.
Yeah. The amount of people I've seen jump into what health insurance,
Health insurance.
insurance, crypto was one I've seen a lot of.
Oh, if I see another person come out of the woodwork, I do crypto. So,
I think we've talked about, are you solving a problem? Do you love the business? What's the next litmus test to know if your business is basically a good idea for a business or a steaming pile of dog doo doo?
this one I love because I've recommended it to so many other people. What businesses are out there that do that?
Oh, so many people don't know who the competitors are.
I've heard that. And it was like I heard someone going, I can't find any business that does this. And I go, do you think there's a reason why?
And I'm going to be very honest here. Sometimes the reason why is because it's a problem that needs to be solved and nobody else has come up with a solution.
Right. Or
That can happen.
no one gets the problem. No one knows they have this problem because no one is
Yeah,
saying it the correct way.
right. So if having no competition because you've actually managed to solve a problem,
Mhm.
like Scrub Daddy,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that my sponge should allow me to put my spoon in to get real. I didn't know that that was a problem. Made no sense to me. You know, but they came up with it. Brilliant idea once you realize it.
Brilliant. Because they showed you you have a problem that you talk about. It's in your head all the time, but you never think it's a problem until I showed you that sponge.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh,
Sham wow.
yeah.
I mean, one of the dumbest and greatest ideas all rolled into one. You didn't have a
Just
problem
because,
about picking up stuff. You just grab more paper towel or a towel, right?
yeah. But you can have a problem that no one has solved before because you actually have the solution. But what if the problem is something that is so unique to just such a incredibly this is, I think, because I have this problem,
Mhm.
everyone else has to have this problem.
Right. So, years ago, before pre-COVID, I was a judge on pitch fests, people looking for
Hmm.
venture capital, and I'd always bring in the operations business side of it. And next to me had the money guy, and we had someone giving us a pitch, and he goes, "My market is 85 businesses in the world." And we were like, everyone's jaw hits the ground. He started his pitch like this. He knew his market inside, outside, upside down. He knew their problems like there's no tomorrow. He creates, and changes the light bulbs that go into nuclear reactors down below so you can see the rods.
Genius, because
Genius.
that is a marketable problem that is in existence, and
Mhm.
that is a concept of a very niche
It
that
was
would
neat.
work.
But he also said, I know my mark. And when we were looking at his business plan, that was the difference. He did the research on it. He had the technology that he worked literally over a decade to create these light bulbs that could handle this. And he also
Hmm.
created the methodology for a human to go into the water or a robot to change the light bulb without disrupting the service. He spent over a decade creating this idea that is in such high need that people who are running nuclear reactors are thinking, how are we going to change the light bulb? Well, we don't even have a light bulb. We'd like to have a light bulb, but no one creates it.
Yeah, but that's an example of a very niche, unique idea that
Yeah,
does work.
it
The
does
amount of
work.
times I hear the unique niche ideas that's like,
Yeah,
who's going to pay for this?
right. But he came to the table with that. Whereas we
Yeah.
hear most of the time, people have not done their research. They're not passionate about what they do. They don't know the target market. They don't know the problems that they're going to solve. And they got an idea that who's it for? What's the problem? Doesn't mean
I,
anything.
I'll actually give you an example of someone I spoke to. I'll change the industry that they were talking about to protect. But their whole business idea was they were going to white label travel amenities for motels so that a motel could have a soap bar with their name on it. Okay. Because in their mind, nobody in the world did that. So, and it wasn't a motel, it was a slightly different product for a slightly different industry. So I turned and asked, well, when was the last time you went to a motel? And they're like, well, I normally only just go to like upscale hotel. And they have these, and I says, but what brand? And if you go into an upscale hotel, what brand in there? Oh, well, they're showing the designer brand. Yeah, because it's upscale. They want to prove that they have this designer stuff there, right?
And whose label's on it? Hmm. Hmm.
But it was the lack of research and this super niche idea but they had it in the head and get different industry, like going to Super 8. They thought they could get their idea into Super 8, which is
Okay.
a very large motel chain, right? But that's where they were coming to me from. And I was just like, we need to rethink this
Right.
because that's not going to be something that you get into at that level. The idea of going into it on a smaller level was beneath them as far as they were concerned. They didn't want to do it for like restaurants that only had two or three restaurants to make them look extra fancy. They had their head set up just on this huge chain, and that was going to make them a millionaire within 3 months. I think that's an example of a niche product where you haven't done your thoughts or your process or
Right.
planned it.
And when was the last time you saw soap and shampoo in a Motel 6?
Motel. Yeah.
You either bring your own or you don't have any.
Right. And that's the other part of it, because I was like, most of the places that they were suggesting did not, if they provided soap, it was in a public type restroom with a little pump thing that you used to
Right.
put your hand under. There was nothing beyond that. So is your idea niche because it is an amazing nuclear light bulb? Or are you just trying to cost businesses more money than they're actually willing to spend at this point, and they probably won't buy into
Exactly. I think this is where that research comes in. And is that really where your passion is, or are you just trying to get quick? It sounds like a quick buck here.
quick buck? And I think that's the other thing about the litmus test about is it shit or is it good? How long is your plan? I've asked people, what's your 30, 60, 90-day plan? And sometimes they can go, and they go, so, okay, what's your 1 year, 5 year, and 10 year? And they look at me like I'm speaking a different language.
Right.
How much planning should you have for a new business before you actually start investing huge amounts of money in it?
How much what?
How much planning? What kind of
Oh,
timeline plan do you think you should be able to plan to be
I've
successful?
seen people hunker down and knock it out in less than a week, but hyper focused because they believed in their idea so passionately. But they also had the right guidance to where to go to get the research. And
Hmm.
I always say, this is going to sound crazy. I say it all the time. And every time I say it, everyone goes, you're crazy. And it's the best research on the planet. There's this thing called a library. It's free to use.
Hmm.
They have more resources. And if you go in there, the odds are they have a business center. And the person overseeing the business center, their knowledge will blow you out of the water and give you the right direction where to start your research. Use this knowledge. And I've seen people take over a year and a half plus, like the light bulb guy, 10 years, over 10 years of development, testing, millions and millions of dollars thrown into it to prove his concept. He's going to be a multi-millionaire. He probably is by now. We he
Probably, yeah,
only
I was gonna
he
say.
got he got 4 million just for marketing from us right there.
Hmm.
Once we looked at his business plan and heard his pitch, we all deliberated and said, this guy is a genius. He's solving a huge problem, but it's perpetual. So he'll never just be one and done with these people. He has their contract now for life.
Yeah. And how long was his business plan built out? Did he come to you with like a 1 year business plan or a
Oh,
10 year business plan?
it went out to 20 years
Yeah.
because he had so much research and data behind him. He provided all that to us. And it was beautiful. But if you haven't even started that process, let's say you're not there yet, like you haven't done all that research, you
Mhm.
should still do lots of research. And, I've done business plans for lots of companies. I'll find competitors and look at their plans as well and build from it, learn from it. It can take anywhere, I'd say, a week to over a year. It could be longer, but you have to hyper focus on this.
And I think the other thing is, whenever I've talked to someone new in business, if they're not looking forward, at least I'm going to say 3 years has been the shortest time frame I've seen
Yeah, that's
for
short.
someone actually that short for them to turn around and actually turn it into a success. I've seen people come to me with a 30-day plan, and that's as far as they thought. 99% of those don't work.
No.
3 years, I think, is the shortest ones that I've seen with a good return.
Minimum 10 years.
Min 10 years, that's when you're really talking. But three has been the minimum I've seen
Yeah. But you
to
should always
get them
have a
going.
1, 3, 5. And if you really have done your research well, you should throw a 10-year in there.
Yeah. So, passion, product or service,
Mhm.
research, planning,
Oh, planning,
problem
probably
solving. That's five right there. And how many
target
people
market.
have all five?
No.
And there's a reason why they say 85% of small businesses fail.
Yeah.
And I guarantee because they have one, two, or three of these, but not the others.
Yeah, most of them don't know their target market.
Yeah, we
Please,
didn't even
folks,
touch on that for one of those lists.
do not say this. And go ahead, Karen, say it.
I tell everyone,
Everyone.
everyone needs me.
You do not. Are you selling oxygen?
Even selling oxygen. That's still
Still a
not your
niche
target
market.
market. It's still niche market. You can't say you sell oxygen to everyone.
No, if you own all the oxygen in the world, controlled it,
Then that would be
everyone
in
needs your
everyone.
product.
Yeah.
I
So
don't think we're there yet.
we're not there yet. So you don't serve everyone. And I see that all the time.
Oh, yeah. But it also comes
Yeah.
back to their passion. So
Yeah.
whatever it is, they think everyone needs it, but they're not thinking clear because they haven't done the research
Hmm.
and they haven't figured out a problem that they're solving for everyone.
Right. And I, I just wanted to bring this up because I'm seeing so many people just so passionate about wanting to start business because tired of their jobs. They hate working for someone else. They feel like they're underpaid. They don't like the working hours. They want, and if you want to become a small business owner because you want to work less, sweetheart, that won't happen at first.
We got bad news for you. Sorry, reality will check in. This is a reality check moment.
Yeah.
You're
Could
going
you
to
get
work
to that
more
point?
and make less to begin with.
Yeah, to
But
begin
do
with.
your heavy lifting while you're still employed and do the research before you start your transition. Notice transition to
Hmm.
your business, not jump off the cliff.
So, question: how much? Let's say you starting this while you're employed
Mhm.
and you're building a business. How much should you have to be able to say sayonara to that job?
Oh, well, take your salary, whatever it may be, look at gross pay, add on 25% because now guess who the tax man's also coming to you for is your taxes on top of your own taxes. So you're going to think of that. Okay, if the company covers health insurance, that's all on you now. Any benefits, that's all on you now. All the perks, bonuses, all on you now. Oh, and then when someone pays you, you now have costs, credit card fees, maybe cost of goods. So all of a sudden, it just shrinks right down. And then let's say you're the only breadwinner in the house.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Or you both have income. You just cut out half the income and added more expense. This is where math is your friend. You have to think of these things. You not only do a business budget, you have to do a personal budget because your personal life is going to change a lot.
oh yeah, big time. I have expenses that I never realized I would ever have before becoming my own boss.
Right. Most people don't because they think, oh, I'll make 100,000 in my first year. Well, you could, and then you start realizing all your costs and expenses, and you're back with $5 for the whole year.
Hmm. Yeah, that credit card fees one is a common one that I hear.
Oh,
Oh, well, I
brute.
just did a $5,000 invoice. Why didn't I get $5,000?
Oh, was that a taxable thing too?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
All
do
the
you have to
time.
pay an accountant to do your taxes? Because that's probably not your specialty unless you're a CPA or you're a tax genius.
But as we've covered before, accountants, bookkeepers, CPA, they're very much so worth the investment. If
Gold,
it
they're
is
gold.
not what you do, they're gold. They will save your butt time and time again.
Pay them. Get one, a
Hey,
good one, and pay them.
but I think what the point of this is, it, it does look great to start your own business.
Yeah.
It feels good to be like, I'm my own boss.
The card. Got to have a business
And
card with my title on it.
it, it's awesome, right? But if you're not taking the research, the time, and the planning and the capability in the beginning, you're actually setting yourself up for a lot more problems than you need
Yep.
because it's not a magic wand. And I hate saying that because I don't hate saying it, and I do hate saying it because there's so many people out there on social media like, I make money from my phone. You should just become a licensed insurance person with my company, and you'll be just going to the park and raking it in. You've seen those posts.
All the time.
Oh my gosh, look at my New York. So glad I became a business owner 26 minutes ago.
Yeah.
It's not like that.
I know people sell their course, and I said, "Oh, great. How'd you develop that course?" Well, I had about 50 other courses and they all failed, and this is the one that hit one time, so I'm reselling them. So are you using your own material to build your business? Oh no.
Oh gosh, I got so this is the one that drives me insane in my area. I make thousands of dollars on social media every single day. I just bought this 39.95 workbook and it did everything for me. And then what you find out is when you buy a workbook, you then get the privilege to resell that workbook. And it's not that they're making money on social media, they're making money by reselling that same product to you.
Yeah.
You've seen those too, haven't you?
I know someone who does that,
Mhm.
unfortunately. But the guy, the way he markets it is genius, and it's a part of a package. So you get the workbook. Oh, you didn't see the small print about the continuing monthly fee.
Mhm.
Do a little bit of research on here.
Yeah.
It's good to have the passion. Please don't lose the passion. But this is where someone, a mentor, an advisor, a coach, whoever, find someone who's been there, done it in that industry, and get some little feedback, a little, devil's advocate, if you like. Get the
Yeah.
feedback, and it will save you, well, money. It could save
Time.
you your, well, relationship, your home, all these things. Take the time and do the research.
Because I'd rather see that 85% of businesses fail number get a lot smaller because
Yeah.
people spend a few weeks in the beginning figuring it out.
Yeah. They're filing, get incorporated, get their EIN number, and go, guess what? I'm a business owner. And that's where it ends, right there.
Yeah.
Oh, but I got a pretty
All right.
website and a cool business card. Well, what do you do?
They sell real estate.
I help everyone.
So please don't have a litmus test if your business is a good idea or a shit idea. We're not saying that because no one else is doing it and that because it's so unique, you'll never succeed. Listen to Steve's nuclear story. It proves it can. But if you do zero research, zero testing, and zero planning, you're setting yourself up for a lot of pain.
Just spend the time, research before you jump in, before you file an LLC, before you do any of that stuff, before you put one penny into your project. Do the research, because you're going to see, is it a viable product or not as you're doing your research. And
Mhm.
this, I had an idea for one, start doing my research halfway through. I'm like, this is not a viable product.
Yeah.
And I scrapped it. Thank God I did not put one penny. All I did was put time of research in, spending time at the library, spending time on the internet, doing the research, interviewing people.
Like when a few months ago, when I had my idea for where I was going in my direction, we had a 2.5 hour call where we
No,
bounced it back and forth with each other
that's it.
before I even laid one penny into it.
So folks, do the research, figure out who the purpose. Do you have the passion and drive to keep it going? Why I use this analogy when it comes to that. Why do you think so many musicians don't play some of the songs you like in concert? It's
It's
because
true.
they can't stand playing them anymore. So they don't play them. Same
Yeah,
thing. Don't be that. And know who your target market is. What are their problems and how are you solving it?
yeah.
And long-term success. Build that plan.
Build the plan. You'll be more successful. So in the comment, what is the craziest product that you have ever seen that you like? Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that was something that won. Because I have seen some crazy ones.
I know when I use it as an example all the time. It's one of the craziest products ever, and it made hundreds and hundreds of millions.
Mhm.
And it was a fad. And they rode the fad until it died. And
Yeah.
that's slapping two googly eyes on a rock.
Oh God, the pet rock.
The pet rock.
The chia seed pet is a big one too.
It's still there though.
Oh yeah.
They still sell who knows how many a year.
No, I want to know what's the craziest because there's got to be some items that you look at and
Yeah.
go, huh? What?
Yeah. Watch late night TV, folks. Or
Oh, the
scroll your
infomercial.
feeds. Scroll your feeds, and you're gonna find some weird stuff.
Yeah. Well, don't forget to like and subscribe and join us next episode because we're here to help you be successful in your business because we believe that you can grow and you can do the things and be successful. If you just grew up a few ideas and actually plan out the success. So see you next time, folks.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us on the Tea and Coffee Hub podcast today. We hope you enjoyed today's conversation and it left you inspired, equipped, and ready to take your next step, whether that's in life, business, or maybe both.
And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss future episodes and connect with us online and in person. Share your thoughts in the comments section. Until next time,
Keep sipping,
keep growing,
take action.
and stop making excuses.